The pleasure is mine to welcome you back to Atlantic Television Network on Atn Politics. And I am your guest, Raymond Ken Mbata. And I am your host, Raymond Ken Mbata. And our guest today is our notable political analyst. He is a man of timber and caliber, well known in the political terrains of not just our state, Rivers State, but also in our dear country, Nigeria. And he is here to give us his own opinion and tidbits and postulations concerning the political happenings in our dear country, Nigeria. I'm talking of no other than Honorable Chizi Yomasula, National Leader of ICU Group. It's a pleasure having you here, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you, viewers.
All right. In order not to take any much of your time, we'll go straight to the first story on our list. A former Labour Party governorship candidate, Odengs Iradiri, has attributed his loss at the November 11th, 2023 Bayelsa election to cash strap and poor campaign funding. Iradiri said that he felt betrayed that his people could collect as little as 5,000 naira to vote against the dream of Bayelsa having a people-oriented government. He expressed his disappointment at the town hall organized by the National Association of Nigerian Students for Youths and Civil Society Organizations at one of the nationwide hunger protests in Abuja on Thursday. Governor Doye Diri was re-elected after he was declared the winner of the governorship elections. Honorable sir, yes, we are having a situation here where the Labour Party candidate of Bayelsa State in the past gubernatorial elections, he is of the opinion of which it has been a salient theme in our politics, where some politicians come with the mantra that I have silver and gold I have not, but the dream to make here a better place is what I bring to you. And with all sincerity, if you vote for me, this is what I am going to do. And at the day of election, things change. And you get to see people that are called aside that have already made up their minds to vote for this particular candidate. And it's called that they are called aside, and some vote buying is taking place. And after then, the results changes. And he is expressing his displeasure that he brought the dream of Bayelsa State to bear on the people, but politicians could even divert some of them with even as little as 5,000 naira. Do you think that his accusation has weight? Or his findings, is it just trying to garner publicity, or it's a thing that really happens and occurs in our political terrain here, sir?
Well, thank you very much. Let me say that it's almost becoming a culture of our people when we lose elections to allude certain things. Those are, I'm not there to say that they may not be verifiable. Okay, sir. But our law, the law allows you to also prosecute that person in court. Okay. And so if you knew you had that evidence to that extent, to the magnitude that you can come on air to say that, then that's a door for you to also go to court, approach the court to say this guy did election malpractice through lobbying. But you see, and again, the second thing is, how long has it taken him to say that? The court has given him that window to do that. He hasn't done that, and today he's going to say this is what has happened. I am not here to say that it didn't happen because I wasn't there, and I can't even prove otherwise. Exactly, sir. But I'm just saying that why can't we press? It's a cheap thing to say that, oh, they bought these things and people gave us all of that, and I came with the dream of Bayelsa. But again, let me also say, assuming that that happened, why should it even happen in the first instance? Is the fact that there's something I call the trust deficit between the politicians and our people. They know that you could speak all the English and then come back there to do nothing. I'm not berating the Labour Party, but you can see that we have Labour parties in all the states. We haven't seen the difference as such as if Labour Party, and you can also see that. But I will tell you that even him was not a core Labour Party person. He just came because he wanted to become candidate of a political party and run his election. So he also went there to take over the party, maybe through cash again. I'm not also alluding that maybe through cash, because the way this thing happened, it wasn't like they built the Labour Party. I think what he should be doing now is to begin to build the party and to see what that can come up in the next election. And let me also say this. There's an important thing I've always said, I campaigned for, and that is the value reorientation.
Okay, sir.
To our people, we need to understand value. And when you put vision at the table, my brother, and these visions are practical, there is a way you will put a vision. The Bible says, it's a later your vision, and it will speak. He said, though it may delay, it will run and it will come, and those who read it will run with it. That means that your vision was not sold appropriately to the people. Because when you say, I brought the dream of Bayelsa, and the people bought the dream, and then they went and sold it, that means that the dream you brought, it was not higher than 5,000 naira. Assuming that's enough. So that's all I can say.
Okay, sir. Okay, but being that he was fighting a political battle against gladiators per se, in the presence of the incumbent governor, Joye Diri, and Chief Timothy Silva of the APC, did he actually stand a chance against these gladiators? Is he in position? Was he able to garner enough support that would have made him to be able to win that governorship seat in Bayelsa State, sir?
See, my brother, election is not an event. It's a process. Election is not just something that happened on that day. Election is a process. I run an organization I call ICU Group. Yes, of course, we're everywhere in this state. I can tell you, sitting on this place, and I beg for anybody to dispute me. I have been in every ward of these 319 wards of Rivers State more than 3 times. And I have known that our people have the capacity of buying into what you are saying, and especially when they know that they are real. You see, when we are running this election, there's a lot of funds in electionary. The fund is not actually to do my practice. It's not just about the logistics involved in electionary is huge. My brother, going from one ward to the other, going to talk to people have to transport to certain places and all of that. And again, if you look at I tell people, if you do not have agent, I don't want to deviate. You know, sometimes ago we saw that INEC was saying that about 16 political parties, but some political parties in Edo have not submitted their agents.
Exactly, sir.
And why are they not submitting it? Because at least no matter what, you will print the tag of the agents. The tags for agents. You will mobilize them to their place.
Yes.
And of course, those are money. Yes. So if you are not ready to go through that, you may not spend like the gladiators will spend. The people want a third force. I have always told people, the people are ready for a third force. I mean, look at, not deviating again, yes, look at the protest that is ongoing. This protest, there's a government in power. In all the structures of governance, there are government in power who is saying don't go on strike. People have gone against the will of this and they've gone to protest. That means that the people of Ablisho has will and energy, yes, to do things on their own. It is when you mobilize them very well. Mobilization is not just about money. Yes. Mobilize them intellectually, mobilize them, make sure that you are there with them. But I can tell you that may not be the case, but I can tell you that some of this, our opposition, yeah, we sit somewhere and just begin to talk and you think you're mobilizing people. Okay. I mean, that's not politics. Politics is not done by just talking. You go to the people and the people will buy your idea. And I'm a practical politician. I used to parade myself as I said, look, I have the privilege of going through the classroom of theoretical politics. I studied political science, and then I have come into the practical arena of politics. So I think I'm a professional. I know what I'm talking about. It's not just having. We have 1 or 2 persons who came up to say, okay, let's just do something, and see how we can. And when it was time for us to do the thing, they couldn't even come up. I mean, it happens all the time. Look at the national in 2023 election, for instance, my brother. Look at 2023. I have told anybody who cared to listen that the opposition won the election, not by rigging. The opposition won the election, but Tinubu was declared. Reason, the oppositions were divided. If you put Obi's vote to Atiku's vote to Kwakwasa vote together, they are bigger than the Tinubu. That means that the masses actually, in spite of the governance in power, the government in power, the masses actually went and voted for opposition. It's just that the opposition divided itself. And the Bible says, a house divided against itself cannot stand.
Okay, sir. All right. I wish us to go to the next topic. All Progressive Congress in Oyo State has warned local governments in the state against joining Governor Seyi Makinde in their alleged efforts at subverting the Supreme Court ruling on local government autonomy. The party's warning is contained in a statement issued by its state publicity secretary, Mr. Olawale Shadare, on Monday in Ibadan. The press reports that the governor had been vehement in his opposition to the agitations for local government autonomy, and as well as the Supreme Court ruling which eventually granted the autonomy. Press also reports that the chairman of all 33 local government areas in the state had dumped the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, the umbrella body for the elected council chairman in the country. They say that their decision was to solidarize with their governor's stance on local government autonomy as ruled by the apex court. However, Shadare in a statement said that the Supreme Court had clearly granted financial autonomy to the third tier of government in the country. Sir, this has been an ongoing battle, sir, concerning Oyo State's local government chairman. I think, as of yesterday, we were discussing on this same platform concerning they deciding to leave the umbrella body of all elected local governments council chairman, ALGON, to form a separate body per se, although not yet named, in solidarity with their governor. Is Oyo State trying to be a republic within a republic? What is the rationale behind what Oyo State is trying to do as concerns local government autonomy? Is it that it is a bitter pill in the mouth of some, even as it's a sweet pill in the mouth of others? Unravel for us, please, sir.
Well, you know, firstly, I will need to respect everybody's fundamental human right, you know, as has to deal with freedom of association.
Exactly, sir.
Of course, the umbrella body called the local government or the ALGOM is not, I could be elected as a local government chairman and refuse to be members of any other association. Of course, it's just that in Nigeria, there's this association for here, there's this other association for there. Of course, you can decide not to be.
Yes.
Now, the letters of local government autonomy says that just like a country has independence, you know, we said, look, we are independent. Now we can say, okay, in our independence, we have also decided to be independently dependent to other country. I mean, that becomes, that leaves us to our own will. Yes. That's what autonomy means. Autonomy says that, look, you are independent, so, but you can also decide to say, okay, no, even though I'm independent, yes, I need to work with a system, you know, to be able to do, I will need to party with certain system, yes, to be able to bring either progress or what I quote unquote deprogress into, yes, my place. That is entirely your will. It is not that a governor will not sit you down and say, okay, your location, I'm going to give you this. If you don't do this, that means that you are off that. You can decide that as a local government chairman that you are not going to talk to the governor. That's what independent autonomy means in the first instance. You can also decide to work with the governor if you want.
Yes.
It depends on how you want to fly it.
Exactly.
But again, if it's autonomy, the autonomy has come to stay. See, in a constitution, where there is a lacuna in a constitution, where there is no clear-cut definition on particular thing or expanded definition on a particular thing, the Supreme Court will make a judgment, and that judgment will become a policy, and it will become law. You know, I have said to people that, you know, one of the chief judges said one time, I was talking with him, he said, Chizzy, look, we are not perfect. No, we are not the best because we are perfect, but we are the best because we are final. That means after them is God. You take it to God. So right now, as long as we're the Federal Republic of Nigeria, local government is autonomy. That the federal government will directly fund, give the local government their allocation. The local government will also have their internally generated revenue to be able to do. So if the local government now chairman says he is either wise or stupid enough to not take the money to a governor to say, now take, it is left for us who are citizens to also question the local government chairman and say, look, you got this. And of course, don't forget, we have freedom of information, so we can get how much you get in it. That's what the beauty of local government autonomy.
Exactly.
So, but whatever you do, a state can say, look, look, even if I have local government, there are governors. We know that governors have autonomy, for instance.
Yes.
But there are governors also who are very loyal to the president. That's because they also want to play the politics of bringing things to that. But if you go over that, it's no longer to the interests of the citizen, then what you are doing is wrong.
Very true. Okay, sir, in concerning this issue, mirroring what is happening in our dear states here, do you think that the caretaker committee chairman in River State are also in the same toga of this same 33 local government area chairman in Oyo State, in that they are still functional despite this, the Supreme Court's judgment, and also the accounts? They have been making expenditure without recourse to the autonomy that has been given to them. They are still working hand in cloak with the governor. Are they still to be tagged along with the same? And are they, in the long run, going to also decide to leave Algon in order to fulfill their own wishes, sir?
Okay, let me come down to River State.
Yes, sir.
You called something that God forbid that I call. You said caretaker committee chairman in River State. From the day Supreme Court gave that judgment, I refuse to call any of them caretaker because they are not.
Okay, sir.
They are illegal.
Okay, sir.
And as soon as that is done, you are illegal. So anything that you spend, of course, the government can, the governor can name them his local government reps. After Okilo did it. Okilo did the local government liaison officers. So he could actually have a local government liaison officers, and then he gives them funds to do whatever thing they want to do, not as local government chairman. And so it is for us or for the house, when the place is come, to ask the governor, how did you get the money that you are funding illegally? I mean, you can't fund them because they are not caretaker committee. And I stand to be misquoted. I said, you are not a legal entity. Maybe before the Supreme Court judgment, you can do anything. But after the Supreme Court judgment, every other money you give them as local government chairman is to the extent non and void. That is, it doesn't matter. We are speaking truth to the issue. It's not whether you are either here or not there, but that is that is the stand of the law, and we are following directly the stand of the law. As it is now, we are having a very funny stake in the local government because we do not have a caretaker committee. You can't have a caretaker committee now. The Supreme Court has said so. That you do not have run a caretaker committee. No wonder. So all this, I'm sure that the National Assembly is trying to do something to define what will be in between. I was thinking that what should have happened is that the governor, from the money that he has now, will be paying directly. Be paying the staff directly. So every other thing that is outside illumination, outside the payment of the salaries, will be kept till a substantial local government chairman done. So for now, we do not have a caretaker committee chairman in the university. Okay, sir. Legally speaking.
Okay, sir. Because it behoves me to that we have been waiting for this autonomy of the local government. Although now, right now it's financial, we are also getting close to the political angle of it, when they will have a separate body to hold local government elections, apart from RISEC or whatever SIEC that's involved. But what could be the reasons for local government chairmen or whatever committees that they are being named under to want to deviate from the power they've been given? And they claim to want to work for the people, and more funds and resources have been given direct to them to work for the people. And they decide that no, without this particular entity, without this particular personality, they will not be able to do it. Is it because of the presence of the joint accounts, or is it because of the long association and to divorce is very difficult? What could be the rationale behind local government chairmen not wanting to go on their separate ways financially as it concerns development of our dear country, sir?
No, but my brother, see, this whole place, the Bible in Proverbs chapter 22 verse 27 says this. He said, I have seen an evil under the sun, and that is the evil, the error of a leader. It's very key. And he continues to say that it's not just the error of a leader. He said, when kings walks on the street and slaves rise on a horse, is the Bible calls it evil.
Yes.
So my error and your error, the Bible does not call it evil. Error, of course, the word error means mistake somehow.
Yes.
But the Bible calls that of a leader erroneous. It says evil. Why am I saying this? You know, some time ago, do you know the National Assembly came with a constitutional amendment to say that the legislators should be autonomous, and the state legislators were voting against the autonomy. And you see, I laugh. Why are you voting against somebody saying be autonomous, and you are saying no, we don't want to be autonomous? Today, the issues, especially in River State, between SIM and the assembly is not saying we're autonomous. The same people who voted against it. That means you see that there is just some kind of error. See, the fact that you are independent does not mean that you will not give a cause to the governor or to the president. No. That's not it. We're in the same country. There are powers. What independent means is that there are federal powers, you know, what called central power, yes, and then we have state powers, and then we should have local government powers, yes, isn't it? Yes, and there are concurrent powers of this place. There's a place where it meets. Yes. When this one meets the other one counters this. That's what it means. Yes. So you are not saying, see, my brother, in the elections, I've been in politics. In fact, I'm even writing a book called The Gossip in Politics. I've been in politics enough to know that one time I was contesting for the APC state chairman of this state, and I said we should be able to define longevity with loyalty a little bit very well. We should be able to look at it critically. Is this guy staying long enough with you because he does not have alternative, or he is staying because he has alternative and he has decided to stay? I asked one man, I said, you have people who had come to you and you think they are strong. And I said, so some of us who had also made our impact and had grown from outside and have come to submit that to you, who is more loyal? Is it the man who does not have anything to give? Because if a local government chairman has something to give, exactly, the man should be the one who should be happy, exactly, being autonomous. Exactly, sir. Because what autonomy means is that you don't need to take permission from. Can you imagine? Before this autonomy, and I'm sure that's what the National Assembly is working at. Okay, sir. Before the autonomy, that councillors are no longer regarded by local government chairman. In fact, the elected local government chairman or local government chairman are like sole administrator. They don't even deal with them. But why do you deal with them? They are like toothless bulldog. The councillors cannot impeach you. The only people that can remove or bring you is the assembly. Yes. Now you are in your own place. You have legislators who cannot remove you. So the legislators, the councillors go to the chairman's house to wait at the security gate, waiting for the chairman. Oh. Today they are autonomous. Now, if they are autonomous, that means that the councillors will be strong. The chairman will not know how to play along people. The councillors represent the world, isn't it? So it becomes a little bit of the smallest indivisible unit of political representation. That's the unit. So that means that when we begin to speak, the chairman will need to ask our chairman, what are you doing with our money? What have you done here? The councillors will look at the councillors in the town hall and say, councillor, what are you doing? That also means that you will no longer be electing councillors because you just wanted to elect your boys. You will have to elect councillors who can ask questions. Exactly. And then the man is saying, no, I don't want to be dependent. No, it's like a spoiled boy in a house. You know, the guy is grown and he's staying with his mother and his father, and then it's time for you to marry. The guy said, I'm not marrying. I don't want to be, okay, if you marry, I don't want to live outside the place. What are you saying? That means you don't want to grow. That's what it means. So, because they believe that the governor has appointed them, because, can I say this, like, and I can take anybody on it. 80% of the elected, so-called elected or caretaker chairman of our 774 local government. I'm very economic. I'm even saying 80%. I could have said 100%. Okay, but 80% of them were quote unquote nominated, not elected. Nominated. Yes, because the governor will sit somewhere and say, number one local government, 1, 2, 3, 4, 23, go. That's all. So they feel that it is not even you that elected them. That no wonder. Tell me one since this democratic competition where you see another political party as governor and you see another political party win any local government election in Nigeria. No. That means because this could just announce it. This could announce it. That's why I'm happy with what is happening in the State. Why am I happy? Not because it is I'm for wicked or I'm for sin. Let people begin to know. You know, when assembly says they want to do this, no, they're criticizing because we have not seen a vibrant assembly before. Yeah. It's not because what they are doing is not legal. It's because when I say we're going to stop you from doing that, because they've not seen it. In fact, in the past, a governor can go ahead, announce project of 100 billion, yes, 100 billion, and then come back after 3 months for assembly to accept it.
Exactly, sir.
And they will accept it. And we were happy. Now that people say, no, we need to ask questions because of autonomy. That's what autonomy does. Somebody say, no, I don't want to grow. I want to still be there. Because they know that maybe, and I can say that because some of them cannot win election without a government.
Oh, good, sir. So that's kind of like a Stockholm syndrome. Being so close to the captor that the captive is more comfortable.
More comfortable, yes.
We are still learning more on political terrains and happenings in Nigeria. I'm with Honorable Chizi Yemasla, national leader of ICU Group. We are open for business, advert placements, bookings, and commercials right here in Atlantic Television Network. And you can connect with us on our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, on X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, or watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. We'll go for a very short break and we'll be back before you know it. Don't move a muscle. Welcome back to Atn Politics on Atlantic Television Network right here in the city of Port Harcourt. We are going to proceed with the questions and answers and the thoughts and postulations that we are entertaining with our guest, Chizi Yemasala. He is the national leader of ICU Group. And we have this topic here that we want to digest and also get his opinions on. As the nationwide protest entered day 3 on Saturday, the Ondo State chapter of the PDP has accused the state governor, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, of giving money to youths and other groups in the state to discourage them from embarking on the protest. The opposition party also blamed the administration of President Bola Tinubu for allegedly causing the protest as a result of insensitivity to the suffering of the people. This was contained in a statement issued by the publicity secretary of the party, Mr. Kennedy Perete, on Saturday, titled National Hunger Protest. Ayedatiwa is merely playing to the gallery. Sir, it has been alleged that some governors, including our dear governor in our state here, have made some incentives and palliatives per se, use that as a tool to douse the pressure that came with people wanting to go on protest. And the PDP in Ondo State is accusing the governor directly of also using these incentives on even some clerics, not just youths, in order to douse the tension. Do you think if the governor did do that, is the governor in the right being able to temper down protests that arose as a result of neglect per se? Or do you think that it is the PDP is in the right for accusing the governor for dousing down protests which came naturally?
This is a very complex edge, and exactly. I can tell you that it's complex because you see, in our country, if you go to states where the governor is APC, PDP will say the governor is doing this to do that. Then if you go to a state where the governor is PDP, APC will say the governor is funding the protesters. So it's a very funny thing. So, but I was here the other day when I got a very funny thing that the governor, even it was on air, yes, that the governor, said, oh, that he's going to give them money for pure water. And I thank God I heard they said the people rejected it, even though I also know that some protesters were sharing money afterwards. And so I don't know where they got that money that they shared afterwards. So it's not in me to know where the funding came. But I was asking, what was the morale behind that? So you had this money for pure water. Why didn't you just do it before now? And the president has told us that he has shared 570 billion across this people to be able to do this. So why is it now that you are going to give them money to tone down or not to tone down? Why did you wait for us to be hungry? The truth is that we're hungry. And I've said what the government can do. I understand that 3 things are against the government. First is I talk about the trust deficit. It's nearly, and you don't blame the people, it's nearly impossible to trust government policies. And I talked about, I call it communicating policies in the dialect of our people. Communicating policies in the dialect of our people. Because we have thought that I am here. ATL is doing very, very well. But I can tell you that the committee of all the media houses in Nigeria cannot feed the population. Because the population is I can tell you that 70% of our population do not have access to including new media. So you must also devise a way. Last time I told him I won't be saying this so that I won't be giving some persons, job, that I'm here looking for job. Because they
need to pay consultancy.
I don't pay consultancy, I'll bring me in to do it. Exactly. Because I tell you something, the people we know, if you tell them, look, this hunger, we know you are hungry. We know. We are doing A because of this hunger. And by the next 2-3 weeks, we bring forth this. We are doing B to do this. This bill will bring in this.
Yes.
Visions, I mean, plans that are realistic, that are touchable. I can tell you, no matter how hungry you are, my brother, if you go back to the house, I don't know whether you are married, so let me not say something and then demarcate you.
Go on, sir. Go on, sir.
Now, if no matter how hungry you are, if you go to the house and say, I'm hungry, and wife or mommy says, yes, I'm cooking, you will wait.
Yes.
You will wait. It doesn't matter how far. Exactly. But because you know that she's cooking, so you know that it's just a matter of time and you will eat. But when you go there, you say, I'm hungry, and they say, leave me, there's nothing we're doing. Nobody's telling you anything, nobody is telling you, or including if even Madam has said, although I've sent somebody to go to the market, you will wait. So that is the case in Nigeria. That we are in a place where we don't even know. Up till today, we don't even know that, look, I don't even know what will come to my local government or what will be it tomorrow. They are not communicated well. So I think the government is not communicating effectively. I said so. And then, of course, the value of our people. What do the people value? You go there to protest, I can tell you that when they heard that the last time the people shared for 30,000 naira, more people went to the protest. Because they are hungry. And I don't want to believe what I am, let me not be the one first to break it. That they are saying that in River State that the rice they are going to buy for 40,000 naira, yes, that it will be civil servants.
Exactly.
That I ask, yes, what is the percentage of civil servants to the hungry population? Why are you doing this? Is the governor actually here as the head of civil service or the governor of River State? I mean, you don't say that. Civil service is just a negligible percentage, yes, of the population. And you're saying civil servants, so you're not even doing it. In fact, you shouldn't even give to the civil servant. You should be the one to give to the civil servant.
Exactly. Because
can I tell you something? There is no civil servants, especially by the new minimum wage, that is not taking 70,000 naira. There are persons in this state that cannot take 5,000 naira. So what are you saying? Are you leaving the civil servants alone? Is it the civil servant that brought you? You see, that is poverty in planning and in policy. And we must address all of this. So right now, they will accuse this person is funding this, the other person. And if it's true, then why are they funding? Why are you funding? All of us have to see, when all of us, the parties and everybody comes to say, look, this is bad. And it is bad. During the NSAS protest, if the North has joined the NSAS protest, there would have been a revolution. Something would have changed. I even thank the South, the South that they are joining this protest. Because, you know, it's almost getting to reduce, we're almost reducing it to ethnic thing. Exactly. Hunger to a brother man is hunger to an Ikwere man. Exactly. It's the same thing. What the SARS was doing to anybody, he was doing it to every other person. Yes. But just because my brother is in position, I wouldn't want to. All of us who are here, including you are protesting because we are talking about it.
Exactly, sir.
Protest is not just going to walk around. We are all protesting. We can sit at home and say, government, and I tell people that this protest has achieved more than 50%. Yes. It has called the attention of the international community. Exactly. It has caught the attention of the people. We now know that the people say they are hungry. Yes. No. So if the government at all is doing something concrete and they are not communicated, the government will now know that what we are doing is not reaching the people. That's what this protest is. Exactly. What we are doing so much. If Tinubu says he's doing, and he's doing so much, but that the people are not feeling it. So tell him either we are not doing something, or what we are doing is not fast enough. Exactly. We need to look at this. I used one instance that the other day. I said to them that assuming that I looked at my house and I said, this rent I can no longer pay it. This rent is too much. I can't pay this rent. This is huge on me. And I said, family, I will no longer pay this rent. But I will not keep them aside. I will tell them, we're no longer paying this rent, but we're going to one self-contained so that we can live. So yes. Nigeria will wait. Say, hey, Nigerians, yes, we can't do this. Let's go here. So direct us. That's why I'm there.
Exactly, sir.
So that the governors, some governors are lobbying that they should go, or some people have accused some senators that they have. The question is, are there hunger? It is real.
Very true, sir. Okay, sir, let's deal with this last question before time runs out on us. Labour Party has urged the Nigerian Labour Congress to stop interfering in its affairs as directed by the Registrar of Trade Unions in Nigeria, Mr. Folonipe Amos. Mr. Obiora, National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party, says that in a statement on Tuesday in Abuja, the press reports that the NLC has been in contention with the leadership of the Labour Party over proprietary rights claims and insisting that it owns the party. Okay, I'll stop there, sir. Sir, it's also a dilemma for us because we know that the Nigerian Labour Congress ought to take care of labor issues, ought to take care of their workers and the welfare of workers, of which they've been able to garner out a feather in their cap with the 70,000 naira minimum wage.
Yeah, sure.
So where is the conflict of interest between the Labour Party and the Nigerian Labour Congress and the will of the Nigerian Labour Congress to supersede over the proprietary rights of the Labour Party and the squabble in between, sir?
It's a very funny state.
Welcome to Nigeria, sir.
Oh, no. It's well with us.
It is.
It's a very funny state. We all know that, actually, I was thinking, or the way it's crafted, is that the Labour Party was supposed to be, it's an extended shadow of the Labour Union. Okay. Don't get that wrong. Okay. It's actually an extended shadow of the Labour Union, and I'm thinking that that's what Labour Union wants to use to monitor, to be able to have the right to either sue or sue the other political parties, because they can't interfere into the politics of the nation. So that's why. Okay, sir. So, and of course that's why you see the Labour Party has always been there, just there. You can't deregister them because they are Labour parties. Exactly, sir. Now, but they have not come to tell us that. You know what Labour Party has come to tell us today? That look, we are actually not Labour Party. We didn't, that thing that they are doing in Labour Party, so we want to now say, look, it is ours. That means that so Labour Party was not supposed to have conventions, they were not supposed to have elections, so it is just the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress that should even say, maybe his PA will be national chairman. Okay. They have not been able to. It's like you running an NGO that I am, and then we have a business outfit of the NGO, and then we have not been able to define what will be our time of interference and all of that, and they should do it, because I'm sure that the other political parties will be happy having them, having this division.
But sir, the NLC ought not to be involved in political matters.
No, the last law did not allow he said the only way they can do is when you are working in your own contest, you have to resign. So, but we can be involved in political parties.
Okay. So up to the fact that they can own and finance they
are Nigerians. They are association. They can do. They are Nigerians. They are association. I see you that are wrong can turn into I see you party.
Okay, sir. But doesn't it also, in the other way, doesn't it affect the fortunes of the Labour Party? Because this running battles is
it does. You can see it. That is why some of us are saying that. For instance, I'm sorry to say this. Okay, Obi ran an election. I told people that the support you saw Obi had wasn't about Labour. It was about Obi. Yes. So that means that support could have gone to any other political party. So they have clearly told us, when people said they don't have structure, they have told us that they don't have structure. So I was thinking that since then till now, what they would have been doing is to build structure, using the OB or using whoever to build structure, instead of this internal bickering. But of course they will not. You know why? No, because the Labour Party is not independent. The Labour Union is not independent of the government. They are not.
Okay.
They are not.
You feel that it's the hand of Esau and the voice of Jacob.
It's very obvious. They are. We know where they are. They are. We know where they are. They are not. They are not.
Viewers, I wish you should. If you missed this, please go back to the recorded version on YouTube and rewatch it. It has been a pleasurable moment with Honorable Chizi Yemasula, the national leader of ICU Group, and we use this opportunity to plead on his indulgences to grant us another time to come back here to enlighten us and also to educate us on political happenings on our dear country, Nigeria. It's a pleasure having you here, sir.
Thank you. The only thing I do is to talk. I will.
Please do come back again,
Thank you. God bless you.
It's a pleasure having you
It's
here.
also my pleasure being here.
Thank you very much, sir.
This is a very fantastic place. ATL should be the network for Nigeria.
Thank you very much, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir. And viewers, this is where we wrap it up on ATN Politics. I remain your host, Raymond Ken Mbata. Do well to stay connected on our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, on Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, on X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, or watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.